Merry Christmas, everybody. I guess I don't have a voice anymore. I'm on my I'm on my last breath. It feels like I've been very sick, and every day it feels like I'm losing more and more of my spirit in this body of mine, which is so heavy, so heavy. All I want to do is sleep. I have holes in my heart, and I have tumors on my lungs, and I have no, I have pain in my hands where I can't lift pots, like a coffee pot. I can't lift it. There's all sorts of shit going on. However, that's not what I'm doing this last video for. I don't know if it's the last video or not. You never know. But I wanted to tell you about my event in 2016 one more time in detail, what happened to me, because it's so significant to my world and understanding now of the universe that I can't help but want to share and share it all. But people are programmed to turn away from people like me who may seem a little different or off or not from the regular programming. You should try to pay attention more to the ones that are a little off the beaten path, because all the beaten path are going to hell. They're really going to hell. Leading us straight to hell. But the people are willingly going. So I needed to tell you about this one more time. It was 2016, and I was lying in my bed, and I just got another kitten, and I named the kitten Truly. And I don't know, I felt the significance of Trevor around me with Truly. And Truly became the brother to Gracie, so I had two cats now. But this little kitten was prancing on my bed and sort of keeping me aware of my surroundings. And all of a sudden, my room filled up with lights, with beings of light. I thought they were aliens or tall white, I don't know what, but the best way to describe it is they were golden beings of light. And they started talking to me telepathically, and they were very grave, and I knew they were giving me really bad news. And they just kept filling me and filling me and filling me, downloading all this information. And at one point I yelled out, I won't be able to remember all of this. I have to write this down. But it just kept coming and coming and coming. And at one point I yelled out, I knew it. And I think that's the part when I realized what had happened with my son, where I married Gary, who married me for Trevor. And that's the kind of world we're living in. And that's what I am up against and was up against. So after they had done all that, they were very kind to me, and they were doing something to my body. Like they were doing something to my body. I was dying at the time. I didn't know, but I was growing a black mass, and the following year I'd get pneumonia. I'd end up going homeless. It was really awful. But they did something to my body. And then after that, Trevor appeared. It was in full form. It was Trevor in full form, like palpable. And he gave me, and I gave him, we smiled, like this smile with our hearts, and it began to grow. And it was like a heart orgasm. We were laughing. We were relieved. We were imagine being. And so, and then the last part was just the words, be prepared, by the golden beings of light, be prepared. So I like to hang on to that part about Trevor because I'm going to have to shut it down because I don't feel very well. But just to let you know, the future is the past. And life is not, timelines are not an arrow, they're a boomerang. And we all came with free will. And turning over free will to an evil consciousness has put everybody in hypnosis. And I just want people to know that you are in hypnosis on some channel, but the world is so much different and better than you could have ever imagined. And hang on to that. I was trying to figure out what song to share with you earlier, and I went and turned on my tunes, and the song that came up was Elvis Presley's song, Why Can't Every Day Be Like Christmas? That's an Elvis Presley Christmas song. Go listen to it. And I looked over at the clock at that moment. It was 5:27, and that's the date of Trevor's birth. And I've told you before that we have been all reincarnated, time and time again, playing similar roles, but in different circumstances, and you have to learn to see beyond the surface. Artificial intelligence is images, but they manipulate them, and they create stories that are lies, that take your thinking to bad places. And we really should be having Christmas every day and celebrating life, appreciating our senses. I want everybody to go back to their childhood, to the very first time they began to use their senses, and remember the first time you smelt something outside that really appealed to you. Like I remember the smell of mint in the sidewalks, and I never got that out of my system, that beautiful smell of mint in the sidewalks. And the first time I took a bus by myself, feeling like a grown-up. The first times of so much you could go back to and remember what you're here for is to enjoy each moment, each step of the way. But we lose ourselves in the rules and the laws of the lands, and we turn over our free will, and we have Christmas once a year, and it's pretty miserable for most people. And I'm sorry for that, for people out there who are suffering. Christ consciousness has to come to the surface of earth through the people. And I know that Christ does work through people. And even when you think people are evil, they may be doing things for a good reason. Things may be happening for reasons that you don't know anything about. So don't jump to conclusions because the media tells you to fear. Let it happen. Let it all happen. And be good to yourselves and your families. That's all you can ask for. Thanks, everybody.